everybody. I'm sitting here on the bus, pulled it up into the shop because they're fixing the blinds on the windows. And I was thinking about sweet Loretta Lynn passing away. I hate that. She passed away sometime in the night. And I don't know if you've heard, I'm sure you've heard that Loretta Lynn passed away last night. And I was just thinking about her. You know, a friend of hers, well, actually, it's more than a friend. Her name was Gloria Land. Gloria Land worked for Loretta Lynn. She helped raise the kids. She was her nanny. And then once the kids were grown, Gloria Land took over the Loretta Lynn Museum, I think it is. I think they call it a museum. But anyway, Gloria Land was a big Southern gospel music fan. Anytime Gerald Wolfe was around or any Southern gospel group was around, she was there. And so she wrote me, Gloria Land wrote me several years ago, and she said, I work for Loretta Lynn, and I gave her your DVDs, and she watches your DVDs, and she talks to them. She will watch one of my videos and say, that's right, he's right. She'll tell everybody who's watching, he's right, that's right. And when I met Loretta Lynn, she said something that I had never heard anybody but a child say. Children, when they come up to me in their sweet little innocence, they'll say, I love your movies. If they've seen one of my DVDs or a video, they'll say, I love your movies. And Loretta Lynn said that to me. She said, I love your movies. And it just, I'd never heard an adult say that. They usually will say video or DVD. And another thing I remember when I was with Loretta Lynn, because I'll tell you in a minute how we finally met, but I had broken my leg. Remember when I broke my femur? Well, I said to her, I broke my femur. And she said, what's a femur? And I pointed to my femur, my big leg bone, you know. And she said, well, why didn't you just say I broke my thigh bone? And I thought, well, why didn't I? That makes it a lot easier. And that's why she's the great writer, Loretta Lynn, and I'm not. Well, that's one of many reasons. But she was a great writer. I'm telling you, she was up there with all the great ones. And anyway, so Gloria Land wrote me, okay? At first, I think it's got to be a hoax. This Loretta Lynn cannot have a clue who I am, you know. But she included Loretta Lynn's telephone number in her letter. So I called it. And Loretta Lynn answered. And I said, is this the Loretta Lynn? She said, who wants to know? I said, Mark Lowry. She said, oh, it is it? And I said, yes, ma'am, it really is. And I had to talk a while before she would believe it was really me. And we became friends there for a little while. You know, it was a fun little season where we would talk on the phone. And we'd talk about, she would tell me stories about Patsy Cline and all those people and how good, you know, I was talking with a legend. I'd be on the phone listening to her talk, and I'd think she sounds just like Sissy Spacek in that movie. And then she told me about when Sissy Spacek came to live with her for a while she was preparing for the movie. And one of her, Loretta's daughters, said, Mama, how'd she say it? She said, why do you sound like Sissy Spacek, or something like that? Because if you've seen Coal Miner's Daughter, you know Sissy Spacek got Loretta Lynn's voice down. So I'd be on the phone with the Loretta Lynn thinking, this sounds just like Sissy Spacek. And so we talked about that. What else did we talk about? I can't remember right now. I know, Sandy Ray, it's sad. But you knew it was coming. You know, when you get that old, it's in the cards. You know, she was 88, I guess. And so I'm not surprised. But I'm sad because she was a fun, sweet lady. And she was just common like us. Oh, I remember one time I was talking to her and I said, you mean to tell me, because she would not go with me to the Waffle House. The Waffle House. She went, you know the Waffle House. I love the Waffle House. And I said, you mean to tell me you won't go with me to the Waffle House? It's right at the end of your road. And she said, I'll make you eggs. You'll have the best eggs. She would never say, Mark, if I go to the Waffle House, we won't get to eat. She would never say that. The line will be lined up at my table for autographs and pictures. She never would even acknowledge that. She just didn't go anywhere. That's kind of sad. I mean, when you're, oh, she was 90, y'all. That's what y'all are telling me. Thank you, Marcia and Priscilla and all of y'all who told me how old she was. But she wouldn't go out because, you know, she'd get mobbed. I tell you,
Loretta Lynn,
I am a
songs of strength and independence made her a standard bearer for women in country music. Passing on, very many people are still paying their tributes. A case in point, Lowry has also come out. Having heard the news from inside the bus, he has come out via his official Facebook page to pay tributes and commemorate and celebrate the life and legacy of the legend Loretta Lynn. The lady or the queen, known as Queen of the Country Music, her songs, we all know, were rooted in real life experiences, most notably on the autobiographical Coal Miner's Daughter. She had very many hit songs, including Don't Come Home A-Drinkin, Honky Tonk Girl, and feminist anthem The Pill. This is a song that is so much widely loved by the feminists, so because it actually brings out the problems which the girl child faces not only in relationships but also in real life situations. Lynn's family came out via the official Instagram page on Tuesday and declared that the singer or the legend Loretta had passed away on Tuesday at her home in Tennessee on her ranch. In a very touching statement, they said, our precious mom, Loretta Lynn, passed away peacefully this morning on October 4th in her sleep at her home in her beloved ranch in Hurricane Mills. The family said via a statement that was released, as I've told you, via the official Instagram of Loretta Lynn. They asked for a privacy in this grieving and mourning time and said plans of the memorial would be announced later on. We all know Lynn, a singer who was born as Loretta Webb in one-room log cabin in Butcher Hollow, Kentucky, in the Tennessee Valley in around 1932. She became actually so much popular after rising through different levels of life, most especially on the country music genre scene. She was the second of the 8 children that grew up not only in absolute poverty but also in tough conditions, where her family living and suffering from depression was the order of the day. A poor man's daughter, actually she worked in coal mines like his father, and this is actually what inspired most of her songs, singing about real life issues and how she grew up in such modest and suffering in a suffering lifestyle. The family made its own entertainment. Her mother played guitar and her father accompanying her on the banjo, and she grew up on the songs of the Keita family. In one of the interviews, she said, I was really so much into music right from the early childhood, and from what we've heard, she passed on when she was sleeping. Rest in power, the queen, Loretta Lynn.
I never met Dew.